Luminescent Lullabies of Moonpetal Grove, a soothing and enchanting sleep story designed to guide you to a peaceful and restorative slumber amidst the gentle magic of a hidden grove. If you find tranquility in these luminescent lullabies and wish to explore more realms of calming soundscapes, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for further journeys into restful narratives. Before we step onto the whispering path that leads to Moonpetal Grove, we will begin with a gentle breathing guidance to help you unwind and prepare your mind and body for this soothing journey. If you prefer to drift straight into the story, you can find the chapter timestamps waiting for you in the description below. Now, allow yourself to settle into a comfortable position. Let your body melt into your bed, feeling completely supported and at ease, as if sinking into a bed of soft moss within the grove itself. Adjust your blankets and pillows until you are nestled perfectly, creating a cozy and secure haven just for you. This is your sacred time to release the day and welcome the quiet embrace of the evening. Allow the gentle hum of the moon petals to begin to wash over you, inviting a state of deep, tranquil relaxation. Let's take a soothing breath together, as gentle as the evening breeze in Moonpetal Grove. Slowly inhale through your nose, drawing in the fragrant air, imagining the scent of honeysuckle and night blooming jasmine filling your lungs with peace. Then exhale softly through your mouth, like a gentle sigh of contentment, releasing any tension or worry with each breath. With each inhale, feel a wave of warmth spreading through your body, and with each exhale, feel any remaining stress gently melting away. Visualize the soft, silvery light of twilight bathing the grove, the luminous moon petals glowing gently, and the tranquil stream murmuring softly. Let these images fill your mind with serenity and peace. If your thoughts begin to wander, that is perfectly natural. Simply observe them as gently as you would watch fireflies dancing in the twilight, and then softly guide your attention back to your breath or the sound of my voice. There is nothing you need to do now except listen. Relax and allow the story to carry you into a peaceful rest. Feel the gentle rhythm of the moon petals humming, the steady heartbeat of the grove, soft and comforting. Let it gently carry away any lingering anxieties, any shadows of the day. Allow yourself to be embraced by the harmony of Moonpetal Grove. As you listen to the luminescent lullabies, let the gentle magic of this hidden sanctuary envelop you, bringing a deep sense of peace, contentment, and the promise of restful sleep. Now, let us begin our journey into the heart of Moonpetal Grove, where the whispers of ancient trees and the songs of moon petals await to guide you into a serene and restful sleep. Chapter 1. The Whispering Path. Elara, with a heart as weary as her worn leather boots, stepped onto the path. It was not a path of grand stones or paved intentions, but one woven from soft earth and yielding moss, a track barely whispered into existence by the ancient trees that lined its edges. The air itself seemed to hold its breath, hushed and anticipatory, as if the very forest was aware of her arrival and held back its rustling dazzling secrets in welcome. Sunlight, the colour of strained honey, dripped through the dense canopy above, painting the forest floor in shifting mosaics of light and shadow. The scent of damp earth and decaying leaves, normally a reminder of endings, here felt like a promise of renewal. It was a rich, loamy fragrance, underpinned by the faintest sweetness of unseen blossoms, a perfume so delicate it was more suggestion than declaration. Elara breathed deeply, letting the earthy aroma fill her lungs, a grounding balm to her restless spirit. She had travelled far, her journey etched not in miles but in the subtle etchings of worry upon her brow. Her boots sank softly into the moss, each step muffled, as if the path itself sought to absorb any harshness, any echo of the world she had left behind. She walked slowly, deliberately, allowing the gentle rhythm of her footfalls to become a quiet counterpoint to the unseen orchestra of the woods. The only sounds were the almost imperceptible sigh of wind high in the branches and the distant liquid murmur of water, a promise of coolness and refreshment that drew her forward. She ran a hand along the trunk of an ancient oak, its bark ridged and furrowed like the face of a kindly elder. The texture was rough, yet comforting, a tangible connection to the enduring strength of the forest. Closing her eyes for a moment, she leaned against the tree, feeling its solid presence, its silent witness to countless seasons. A faint warmth radiated from the wood, as if the tree itself was offering a gentle embrace. Opening her eyes, Elara noticed tiny wildflowers nestled amongst the moss at the base of the oak, their petals a delicate shade of lavender, almost translucent in the filtered light. They were so small, so unassuming, yet their quiet beauty radiated outwards, a subtle offering of peace. She knelt, tracing the delicate veins of a petal with a fingertip, marvelling at the intricate perfection of such a tiny bloom. As she continued along the whispering path, the murmur of water grew steadily louder, resolving itself into the gentle gurgle of a stream. The air became noticeably cooler, carrying the refreshing scent of damp stones and running water. Elara felt a lightness begin to lift from her shoulders, a subtle easing of the tension that had been her constant companion for so long. The promise of the stream was not just of water to quench her thirst, but of a deeper quenching, a soothing balm for her parched soul. The path opened slightly, revealing the stream, a ribbon of crystal clarity winding through the trees. Smooth, grey stones lined its banks, worn smooth by the patient passage of water over countless years. Sunlight danced on the surface, creating fleeting patterns of light and shadow that shimmered and shifted like liquid jewels. The sound of the water was like a whispered melody, a constant soothing refrain that seemed to echo the quiet rhythm of her own heart. Elara reached the stream and knelt beside it, cupping her hands to drink. The water was cool and sweet, a pure, untainted taste that cleansed not just her mouth, but something deeper within. As she drank, she watched a small, iridescent dragonfly hover above the surface, its wings a blur of delicate motion. The world around her seemed to soften, to slow, to invite her into its gentle embrace. She was nearing her destination, Chapter 2. Arrival in Twilight. Stepping beyond a curtain of weeping willow branches, Elara found herself no longer in the sun-dappled forest, but in a realm of perpetual twilight. It was not darkness, but a soft, silvery luminescence, as if the moon had decided to linger, casting its gentle glow upon this hidden place, even in the heart of the day. The air here was different too, still and fragrant, imbued with a sweetness that was both floral and ethereal, a perfume that whispered of magic and tranquility. Towering trees, far larger than any she had seen in the outer forest, encircled a wide clearing. Their bark shimmered with a soft inner light, as if they themselves were sources of the twilight glow. The leaves, a deep velvety green, were edged with silver, and they rustled in a breeze that Elara could barely feel, a whisper of movement that carried the scent of distant blossoms. Beneath these luminous trees, the ground was carpeted in a thick layer of moss, softer than any velvet, cool and springy beneath her feet. And then she saw them, the moon petals. They filled the clearing, a breathtaking expanse of luminous flowers in every shade of white and pale lavender. Each petal glowed with a gentle inner light, casting a soft, ethereal radiance that illuminated the grove. They were unlike any flowers Elara had ever seen, their forms delicate and otherworldly, their beauty both captivating and profoundly calming. As she stepped further into the clearing, she became aware of a sound, a low, resonant hum that seemed to emanate from the moon petals themselves. It was not a loud sound, but a gentle vibration that permeated the air, a lullaby woven from light and sound. The humming grew slightly louder as she approached the flowers, enveloping her in a cocoon of peaceful sound. She closed her eyes for a moment, letting the vibrations wash over her, feeling a sense of deep relaxation begin to spread through her body. She reached out and gently touched a moon petal. The petal felt cool and velvety, almost like silk against her fingertips. As she touched it, a wave of calm flowed through her, a gentle easing of the anxieties that had clung to her for so long. It was as if the flower itself was radiating peace, offering a silent balm to her weary spirit. She inhaled deeply, drawing in the fragrant air mingled with the gentle hum, feeling a profound sense of welcome and belonging. The scent of honeysuckle was strongest here, interwoven with the delicate sweetness of night-blooming jasmine, a heady combination that filled her senses with delight. She could also detect a fainter, earthier fragrance, a hint of damp moss and forest floor, grounding the ethereal sweetness of the flowers. The air was alive with these gentle perfumes, a symphony of calming scents that enveloped her in a comforting embrace. As she wandered deeper into the grove, she noticed small streams trickling through the moss, their water as clear as crystal, reflecting the soft glow of the moon petals. The murmur of these tiny streams added to the peaceful soundscape, a gentle counterpoint to the humming lullabies of the flowers. She followed one stream to a small pool, its surface still and reflective, mirroring the silvery twilight sky above. Kneeling beside the pool, Elara gazed into its depth, just her own reflection, but also the luminous glow of the moon petals reflected in the water, doubling the ethereal beauty of the grove. A sense of profound peace settled over her, a quiet contentment she had not felt in years. Moonpetal Grove had welcomed her, enveloped her in its gentle magic, and promised a sanctuary for her weary soul. The journey had been long, but she had arrived, and in this twilight realm she felt a sense of homecoming, a gentle return to a place of rest and tranquility. Chapter 3. The Grove Keeper. As Elara sat beside the still pool, lost in the tranquility of Moonpetal Grove, a gentle rustling sound broke the soft hum of the moon petals. It was not a sound of alarm, but rather a quiet shifting, like leaves stirred by a gentle breeze. She turned her head, her gaze drawn to the base of one of the largest, most luminous trees in the grove, and there, emerging from behind its massive trunk, was a figure unlike any she had ever encountered. The being was tall and slender, with skin that resembled the bark of the ancient trees, textured and mossy, yet somehow smooth to the eye. Their hair was woven with strands of living moss and delicate ferns, framing a face that was both ancient and serene. Their eyes, the colour of warm amber, held a deep wisdom and a gentle kindness that radiated outwards, instantly putting Elara at ease. This was Corin, the Grove Keeper, a silent presence she had somehow sensed in the tranquil air of the grove. Corin moved with a slow, deliberate grace, their bare feet making no sound on the soft moss. They approached Elara, their presence radiating a calm and gentle energy that seemed to amplify the peaceful atmosphere of the grove. When they spoke, their voice was like the rustling of leaves in a summer breeze, soft and melodic, carrying a gentle resonance that vibrated with tranquility. "Welcome, Elara," they said, their voice barely above a whisper, yet perfectly clear in the still air. "We have been expecting you." Elara, surprised but not startled, rose to her feet, a sense of quiet reverence filling her. "Grove Keeper," she replied, her own voice hushed, as if afraid to break the spell of the grove. "It is an honour to be here." Corin smiled, a gentle crinkling around their amber eyes. "The honour is ours, child. Moonpetal Grove welcomes all weary hearts seeking solace." They gestured towards a small clearing nestled beneath the luminous trees, where a low table and cushions were arranged. "Come, sit with me. Let us share the peace of the grove." Elara followed Corin to the clearing, her footsteps light on the mossy ground. They settled onto the soft cushions, facing each other in the soft twilight. Corin reached for a simple clay pot resting on the table and poured a steaming liquid into two small, hand-carved wooden cups. The aroma that rose from the cups was warm and comforting, a blend of honey, lavender, and chamomile, scents known for their soothing properties. "Moonpetal tea," Corin explained it, offering Elara a cup, "brewed with the petals of the most calming moonflowers. It will soothe your journey-worn spirit." Elara took the cup, its warmth spreading through her hands, a comforting sensation in the cool twilight air. She inhaled the fragrant steam, feeling a wave She took a slow sip, the tea warm and sweet, with a delicate floral aftertaste. It was unlike any tea she had ever tasted, imbued with a gentle magic that seemed to melt away any remaining tension in her body. "It is wonderful," Elara murmured, her voice filled with genuine appreciation. Corin nodded gently. The moon petals offer their gifts freely to all who are open to receive them. Their lullabies are meant to soothe not just the ears, but the heart itself, to quiet the restless mind and invite inner peace. They paused, their amber eyes meeting Elara's. "You have come seeking peace, have you not, child?" Elara lowered her gaze, a faint blush rising to her cheeks. "Yes," she admitted softly. "The world, it has become too loud, too hurried. I longed for quiet, for a place to simply be." Corin smiled again, a knowing, gentle smile. "Then you have come to the right place. Moonpetal Grove is a sanctuary from the noise and haste of the world. Here, time slows, and the gentle rhythms of nature prevail. Here, you can learn to listen to the whispers of peace within your own heart." They gestured towards the moon petals, their luminous glow bathing the grove in soft light. "Listen to their lullabies, Elara. Let them guide you back to yourself. Let them soothe your weary soul and fill you with tranquility." And as Corin spoke, the gentle humming of the moon petals seemed to grow a little louder, a soft, embracing melody that promised rest and renewal. Chapter 4. Learning to listen. Over the next few days, Elara immersed herself in the gentle rhythms of Moonpetal Grove, guided by Corin's quiet wisdom. Each morning, bathed in the soft, silvery twilight, she would awaken to the gentle humming of the moon petals, a sound that had become a comforting lullaby, weaving its way into her dreams and easing her into wakefulness. She learned to distinguish the subtle variations in the moon's petal songs, each bloom emitting a slightly different melody, each with its unique nuance of calm. Corin explained that there were many varieties of moon petals, each with specific properties. Some were known for their deep relaxation lullabies, perfect for easing anxieties and promoting restful sleep. Others sang songs of gentle joy, lifting the spirits and fostering a sense of contentment. Still others offered melodies of quiet contemplation, encouraging introspection and inner peace. Corin showed Elara how to identify them, pointing out the subtle differences in petal shape and colour, the nuances of their luminous glow. They would often wander through the grove together, Corin sharing stories of the ancient trees and the moon petals, their histories intertwined with the very fabric of the grove. He taught her to listen to the grove not just with her ears but with all her senses, to feel the gentle vibrations of the moon petal songs on her skin, to smell the calming fragrances carried on the soft breezes, to taste the pure sweet water of the streams. He emphasized that true listening was not just hearing sounds, but feeling the subtle energies of the grove, allowing them to permeate her being. One afternoon, Corin led Elara to a secluded corner of the grove, where a cluster of deep lavender moon petals bloomed near a small waterfall. The sound of the water cascading gently over moss-covered rocks added another layer to the peaceful soundscape. These are the deep rest moon petals, Corin explained. Their lullabies are especially potent for easing troubled minds and inviting profound relaxation. He invited Elara to sit beside him on a soft patch of moss near the waterfall. They sat in silence for a long time, simply listening to the combined melodies of the moon petals and the waterfall. Elara closed her eyes, focusing on her breath, letting the gentle sounds wash over her. She felt the cool mist from the waterfall on her face, the soft moss beneath her, the fragrant air filling her lungs. With each breath, she felt herself sinking deeper into relaxation, letting go of the last vestiges of the tension she had carried with her. Corin then guided her in a gentle meditation, encouraging her to focus on the sensations in her body, to notice any areas of tension and to consciously release them with each exhale. He spoke in soft, soothing tones, his words like gentle whispers carried on the breeze, guiding her deeper into a state of inner peace. He encouraged her to imagine the luminous glow of the moon petals surrounding her, enveloping her in a cocoon of calming light, dissolving worries and anxieties, replacing them with a sense of profound tranquility. As the twilight deepened, they returned to the central clearing, where the moon petals glowed even brighter in the gathering dimness. Elara felt a deep sense of gratitude for Corin's guidance and for the gentle magic of Moonpetal Grove. She was learning to listen, not just to the sounds of the grove, but to the quiet whispers of her own heart. And in that listening, she was discovering a peace she had never known before, a deep, abiding tranquility that promised to stay with her long after she left this luminous sanctuary. Chapter 5. Whispers of Departure. Days in Moonpetal Grove unfolded with a gentle rhythm, each dawn bringing a renewed joy sense of peace, each twilight deepening the tranquility. Elara felt a profound transformation within herself, a quiet blossoming of inner calm that had been dormant for far too long. The constant hum of the moon petals had become a part of her, a soothing undercurrent to her thoughts, a reminder of the sanctuary she had found. But she knew, with a gentle certainty, that her time in the grove was nearing its natural conclusion. One evening, as they sat sharing moonpetal tea beneath the luminous trees, Elara spoke of her feelings to Corin. "Grove keeper," she began, her voice soft, "I feel changed. The grove has given me such peace, such healing, but I sense it is time for me to return to the world." Corin listened intently, their amber eyes filled with understanding. When Elara finished, they nodded slowly. "The grove has offered you its gifts, Elara, and you have received them with an open heart. It is natural that you now feel ready to carry this peace back into the world. But I will miss this place so much," Elara confessed, a touch of sadness in her voice. "The tranquility, the gentle magic. I fear losing it when I return to the noise and haste of the world." Corin smiled gently. The peace of Moonpetal Grove is not confined to this clearing, Elara. It is a peace that resides within your own heart, awakened and nurtured by the moon petals. You carry it with you now, always. They reached out and gently placed a small, closed bud of a moon petal into Elara's hand. This is a whispering bloom bud. It will remain closed until you need its lullaby most. When the world becomes too loud, too hurried, simply hold it close, and its song will gently remind you of the peace you found here. Elara closed her fingers around the bud, feeling its smooth, cool surface. A wave of gratitude washed over her. "Thank you, Corin," she whispered, her eyes welling with emotion. "For everything." Corin rose gracefully, and Elara followed, walking with them towards the whispering path that led out of the grove. As they reached the edge of the Twilight realm, Corin turned to Elara, their amber eyes shining with gentle warmth. "Go now, child of the world. Carry the luminescent lullabies within you, and know that Moonpetal Grove will always welcome you home." Elara stepped onto the whispering path. The moonpetal bud nestled safely in her pocket. As she walked, she paused, turning back to look at the grove one last time. The luminous trees glowed softly in the twilight, the moon petals humming their gentle lullabies, a silent farewell. She inhaled deeply, drawing in the fragrant air, imprinting the scents and sounds of the grove upon her memory. Then, with a peaceful heart and a quiet sense of strength, Elara turned and continued along the whispering path, carrying the luminescent lullabies of moon